I think what we learned in this election was that people were tired of the last 4 years. Like, regardless of what you saw on social media, regardless of what you saw in the actual news or whatever you saw online or whatever, America showed up and made their voices heard. I think that's what we learned. I think, hey, actions are louder than words.
Yeah, we also learned that Donald Trump's following loves him. Loves him to the point to where they weren't going to just support him online and not show up to the polls. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of Kamala Harris's supporters were showing love online, but didn't actually get out there and vote for her yesterday. And man, I learned a lot about social media. I felt like leading into the election, Donald Trump was winning the war on social media, the battle of public support on social media. And I was like, I don't think that this is a lie, what we're seeing. I think that some people have said, oh, this is fake people, this is bots, da-da-da-da. I was like, no, it just shows how passionate Trump's supporters are. And looking at that, it made me, because I didn't vote for Trump. I wasn't a Trump supporter. But I will say, as a man of God, I understand that I'm called to be a person that now says, since he's our elected leader, we got to pray for that man. He actually works for us now. Donald Trump works for us to serve our country, to lead our country. So when we look at it like that, it's like, all right, we ain't got time to be beefed out with somebody who is working for us at this point. So that's what it is.
Well, coming off, you was with Trump last night at the party, so I'm like, you know better than everybody. What did we learn about America from this election? What did you learn?
When you said something really important when y'all opened up this, the conversation. Y'all was talking about the basketball player and Drake. And you was talking about how you need to make sure that your house is straight first, right? So when we talk about make America great again, like if you the president of America, then these are your children, this is your house.
Yep.
You got a responsibility to make sure that this house is taken care of before we send billions of dollars to Ukraine or anywhere else, right? You have a responsibility. So when they say make America great again, and my birth certificate say America, and my mama and my grandmama and my great-grandmama and all of my people buried in America and my businesses in America and my children in school in America, my daughter's in MIT, right? I'm all for making America great again because I'm a part of America. So to me, it doesn't come off as something as racist, right? Other people have associated it with that, but what's wrong with making America great?
Just the words itself, nothing is wrong with when you hear those words, America, but when you hear other words like, inside of America, we have an enemy within. It makes certain people in America feel like, well, dang, his America doesn't include me and people like me. And that's what makes some people feel like now they look at that phrase, make America great again. It's almost like you got to put an asterisk next to America because they feel like I'm not a part of his America.
I was gonna say, I think when people say, so number one, I'm an independent, period. Like, I'm independent in life. I'm an independent thinker. I'm an independent human being. I don't follow what anyone says. I'll take advice from everyone, though. I'm not like an asshole. I don't hear anything. But for me, what I would say that when I hear "Make America Great Again," the first thing I ask myself is, for who? Mm-hmm. Who? Because I don't know if it was ever great for African Americans, and I think that we were trying to go forward, right? And the way we saw it was Kamala is the person that's going to take us forward, right? When we hear Trump saying "Make America Great Again," naturally think, for who? Because I don't know if it was ever great for me. It might have always been great for you and your people. So that's the thing I would say. But just to answer that, when you say "Make America Great Again," that's the as an independent thinker, I can understand someone on the blue side saying for who, right? Okay. That's the first thing. But what I say is what this election taught me was social media has way more power than regular media.
Yeah.
Because let's be clear, outside of Fox News, which it was still 50-50, they would still say, there's still some people on Fox News that didn't like Trump. Mm-hmm. Everybody in the media, The View, CNN, Beat, everywhere you went, they was against him. It was almost like, don't be against him. And it got to the point where you were so against him that if you wore a "Make America Great Again" hat, you were the enemy. If you thought like Trump, you were the enemy. And they convinced us that we were so against each other that we the enemy. And I think what happened was people did what they do every day when they're around each other. Mm. They just looked in their phone.
That's it.
Because you know what's in my phone? My friends, my family, the people that think like I do, the people that know what I know. Meanwhile, I'm watching this celebrity tell me how to think, what I need to believe.
Influencers.
Influencers, exactly, right? So to me, what I noticed was, so it was two things I'm gonna bring up. Why to bring up to what you said for the internet in real life. I didn't think she had a chance until I saw the DC rally when 75,000 people came out. That's some Obama type numbers. So I'm like, but I remember I posted something like a week ago, and this was the only thing where I was like, well, that's one world, but here's the other.
Another world.
I post on social media, yo, why is there not a female rapper that did a My President is Black record or My President is a Female record? Like, that would be a great time to bring people together. Nigga, the comments trashed her. Trashed her. It was like, I'm saying something positive. Like, I'm talking to my community of artists. Like, somebody better make this record. And then people come and say, because she ain't black, because she ain't for us, because she ain't this. And it's all these things. Now, here's my thing. My thing is that I think that this election has changed our entire world. Because this is the first time the world told us to do something, one thing. Our mamas, our TV mamas told us to do one thing on TV and celebrities and everything else. And it's the first time our friends said we doing something else. So you know that moment where you define your mama and she like, oh, you ain't you mama fuck. That's what this election was. I said on last show, is whoever wins is gonna win by a landslide. Because that's America saying one or two things. Either they're saying we're going forward with this new way of thinking, this new woke, sensitive, everybody sensitive stuff, or we going forward to this with this white man who taking us to where men had a voice and men everything. So what I believe happened is that white women and white men voted with each other. Why it was by the way, I'm always skeptical when celebrities show up, right? I'm always skeptical when black celebrities show up because, especially if you're a black candidate, because it's like, what if you're Asian candidate? What if you're Asian out there? I don't know, I don't care about Beyonce, right? I don't give a fuck. So it's always interesting, but they came out in drones for her. And they don't come out unless they think they're gonna win. And you know I'm not lying about that.
I just want to respond to a couple of things as an independent thinker myself too, because I was Republican and I'm independent now for many reasons, just because I don't agree with everything on each side. But touch on one thing. I want to touch about the Making America Great and who was it ever great for. I've made America great for me. You've made America great for you. A lot of our partners have made America great for us. Okay, so we don't buy into America can't be great because we get it out the mud. Okay, I'm talking about people that was born into poverty, right, and made something out of nothing. A lot of us millionaires now, right? So we have made America great for us, and I think that we all have that opportunity to do that, regardless of what the media tells us, right? The other thing that I wanted to talk on is why people were responding to you like that in the comments. I can't buy the whole black woman thing when you marry white, okay? Because you can't convince me that the black family is important to you, but when it comes time to marry and procreate, the black family is not important to you. I've never, and there's no offense to anybody, and there's no offense to anybody's race, but I'm thinking logically, right? And
you basically saying black can't be the cards you play when that's the life you live.
It can't be the card. Not if that's what you sleep with every night.
I'm not mad at that if that's your case.
You're coming to me as a black woman. You're supposed to represent black women. You're supposed to represent black mothers. But when I look at you, you raising white kids, right? And a white man. I don't see a black kid nowhere around you. That's my point. So when we're running on this reproductive rights, and you haven't even been a mother, right? How can you raise a nation if you've never raised a child?
No, let her get out. No, she got to. Listen. You want me to get a gavel, Stan? Stan, you want to give me the gavel? I'm just saying. You can count us there. I want to hear your thoughts.
I thought she was done.
Yeah. Go ahead, baby.
Oh, okay. So, but you said she's not a mother, but I think that's kind of a contradiction when it's a men making the decisions about women's bodies, and which is the majority of men. So they have not had children. They don't bear so they're not in the hospital beds going septic and dying and things like that because. So I think that's kind of a no. I'm not.
I like it. No, go.
But I think it's a contradiction because you can't say that because she's not a mother, or she didn't physically have or bear a child, that she doesn't have a right to speak on these topics because the men are doing it already. The men are already making the decisions for us on our behalf. I'm not buying you as a representative, as a black mother.
Person.
because you don't have black children. And this whole my body thing, like when it comes to this issue of abortion, that's why black men voted for Donald Trump, because black men are being tired of told that they don't have a say. But when a woman don't want the baby, she can go abort the baby, kill the baby, get rid of the baby, get a pat on the back.